Hello, hello, hello. I hope this message finds you well. I hope you are safe from this coronavirus craziness that we're all going through right now and approaching mid 2020. Today's topic is a simple one, but it's not an easy one. And it's why your wife will not have sex with you. And the straight, simple, quick answer is going to sting a little bit. So you're going to want to prepare yourself for this. Now, the ends of the bell curve aside, you guys know I like to say that because there are exceptions to almost every rule. But in general, if a wife is not consistently having sex with her husband, it's because she's not attracted to him. That's the cold, hard truth. And I know firsthand what this feels like because my wife literally told me, hey, I'm not attracted to you and I want to go have a trial separation and see other people. And that was like 4 or 5 years ago. And then I had to go into emergency tactic situation to save this thing. And I did. Mission accomplished. And that's why I'm here talking to you right now. So if you've been following my content for any time, then you know that I believe 100% that attraction is the most neglected, the most untalked about aspect of a marriage. And it's pretty simple. There's a polarity. There's a masculine pole and a feminine pole. And those poles consistently pull each other, towards themselves. And then that looks like sex, right? That's sex. But it's not only sex. It's also physical intimacy in other ways, hugs, kissing, snuggling, that kind of stuff. But it's also an attraction issue is also at the heart of communication issues, right? Because think about it. If you are attracted to a person, talking to them is pretty easy, right? You might have to have some deep, uncomfortable conversations, but talking to them and opening that communication, it's easy because you both want to be there with each other. And so if that's not happening, if your wife's not having sex with you on a regular basis, then it's because she's not attracted to you. And I know that hurts. That sucks. So what typically happens, what I see happen a lot with guys is that they get married and they think it's done. They get married and it's kind of like they think, oh, I'm mission accomplished. I did this. I won. She's married to me. So now I can kind of take my foot off the gas. And that's, if anything, the opposite is true. Like once a man gets married, now it's really time to start leveling up himself as a man, focusing on his value and continuing to improve. Because that's the simple answer is that how do you restart attraction in your marriage? It's pretty simple. It's increase your value, it's enforce your boundaries, and execute on your mission. And I've talked about this a lot. You must have a larger purpose in your life. Nope, not your family. Nope, not your kids, not your wife. And not just your bank account, although your bank account can be a part of it. But in order for a man to be good, truly good, he must serve the world in some way. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be Gandhi, right? You don't have to be Martin Luther King Jr. But in order to be a good man, you must have a mission that serves the world in some way. And I know I've talked about this before. If I haven't, then check out the Married Man Cave. There's a Facebook group there, and you can follow along. A lot more interaction there with other guys going through similar things and from all walks of life. So what do you do about it? Well, in terms of increasing your value, you need to start focusing on like what is a man of value, right? The goal is to become a man of value or to increase your value as a man of value. And what does that mean? That means knowing your worth. Like there's a lot of beliefs in there about knowing your worth and what you will accept and accept what you'll tolerate, what you won't. And that's important for the next part, right? And they're not sequential. It's not 1, 2, 3. They're kind of all happen at the same time. Although mission typically comes in last. So enforce your boundaries. A man of value enforces his boundaries. He knows what he will put up with and what he won't. And he's not afraid to hold that line when a boundary has been crossed. And that's essential for attraction. And yes, it's uncomfortable. And yes, it's difficult to stand up to your wife when she's being unkind or unreasonable. But that's a part of it. It's a really fundamental part of it. And in terms of back to increasing your value, you want to start looking at your style. When was the last time you leveled up your style, right? Do you wear t-shirts with print on them? Are you a billboard for a company? Men of value don't do that. They don't advertise for free, right? Marks, brands, that kind of stuff, get rid of that. You have no business like attaching your value to that. It's not healthy. It's not going to serve you long term. But style, like are you dressed more or less the way you were in high school and college? Because that's, if so, and like as my therapist used to say, normal but not healthy, then this means that maybe you're kind of stuck. You haven't grown up a little bit. All right, again, normal but not healthy. Men, we have to consistently be initiating ourselves into higher and higher levels of maturity. So love of your style. When was the last time you got a new haircut? I just got a haircut, not really a new style, but I am trying a new facial. I'm going to go with the Van Dyke. The Van Dyke, it's this one and this one. I really want a pointy one. We'll see how it works though. So increase your value. And that could mean money. Like you need to, what is it that how do you need to level up your finances, your career? What do you need to do about that? And then enforcing your boundaries, being able to hold the line. And when your wife says something, when anybody says something that crosses a boundary or does something, you got to be able to stand up in a healthy way, not being aggressive or violent, but assertive. I don't like this. Please stop. If you continue to do this, I'm going to leave, or I'm going to otherwise take your attention away. Because back to that polarity, masculine, feminine, the feminine loves the masculine attention, thrives on it. And when that's in balance, it's great. It's great. It works well both ways. It's not a one way, it's a both way thing. But if she takes your attention for granted, if she knows that you have no red lines, that you won't ever stand up to her, then essentially, ironically, your attention has become worthless to her. So you got to be able to stand up, stand your boundaries, and stand up to her, really. I mean, that's what it comes down to a lot. And then mission we talked a little bit about. Any questions, drop them in the comments below. Also, check out the Married Man Cave on Facebook. See you guys in the next video. Stay safe. Keep your family safe. This virus thing happening right now is a great opportunity for you to lead your family. Find ways to pass the time in a healthy, fun way. All right, guys, be well.